Folks, that is Wembley Stadium, and in about 10 months' time, I'm going to be back in there watching the FA Cup final, having watched a match at every single round of the tournament, following winner stays on rules. Today is the extra preliminary round, the very earliest round of this season's FA Cup, and believe it or not, they're not playing the match in there. In fact, here at Wembley Football Club. Which is less than 2 miles away from Wembley Stadium. I'm not entirely sure which direction Wembley Stadium is from where I'm standing at the moment. I'm also not entirely sure where Wembley Football Club is from where I'm standing at the moment. There is a sign for it there, which suggests we're probably aiming down here. But this is also the sign for Twinkle Stars Nursery. So we're going to have a look down there in a minute. I have been joined, by the way, by Alfie. It's absolutely Alfie's fault that it's raining. The last football match I went to with him was the one in Switzerland, and it was pouring down with rain there as well. So the weather is Alfie's fault. I didn't know he was coming. He just snuck up behind me wearing a black hood as I got off the train, which was very alarming, I have to say. But yeah, we are here. There's not really anyone else about. We are 45 minutes before kickoff. There is a coach over there, which I would suggest is probably how Wembley's opponents Bearsted today. I'd suggest that's how they've arrived on that coach. And we're going to go and figure out what the situation is. The one thing I hope more than anything else right now is that there is somewhere undercover for us to stand and watch this match, because the rain is coming down really, really hard. When I planned to do a winner stays on FA Cup series this season and figured, yeah, I'll be starting in August, but in August it's going to be nice and sunny when I'm at all the little non-league grounds, and by the time the weather turns, I'll be at Football League grounds undercover. It'll be fine. It hasn't worked out that way at all. The premise of the series, which we should probably cover off, is that I am going to go to every single round of this season's FA Cup, following the team that wins in the previous round. So today is Wembley versus Bearsted. Whoever wins today will be following them into the preliminary round, which takes place in 2 weeks' time, and on and on and on from there. And we'll go to every round, and it's going to be awesome. But for now, I really need to find somewhere undercover. So I'm thinking down here is the way that we want to be heading. So here we have the Wembley FC car park, and quite nice little setup, including genuine turnstiles. I mean, Peterborough Sports didn't have that many turnstiles. When I was there last season, they literally had a shed with one turnstile in. So this is already a step up from Peterborough Sports. If they've got some shelter in there as well, then we are absolutely on to a winner. Oh, my poorly hair. We've settled in this little makeshift shelter behind the goal, where it is set up for a banquet if you want to have a banquet, but this area meets several criteria. One, we can still see the Wembley Arch, which I think is important. We've got to remember why we're all here today. Two, it's undercover, and undercover to the point where there is dry floor for me to put my bag on, which I've been carrying around all day and is very heavy. So that is crucial. And three, it's behind the goal. You've got to be behind the goal. Now, we are officially supporting Wembley today. Obviously, there is a 50-50 scenario where in 2 weeks' time I'm a Bearsted fan. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Today, we are Team Wembley, Wembley to Wembley. So we're going to be positioning ourselves at whichever end they're shooting towards. So if they're shooting this way, we'll stay here. If not, it looks like there is a little bit of shelter at that end of the ground as well. At the moment, we are literally the only people here, apart from the players. The match kicks off in 27 minutes. Now, there is a bar over there. There were a few people in the bar. They didn't take card. Alfie had to go into the bar and buy a ticket with his card. I am an adult and obviously got cash on the way to pay at the turnstile, because it's the extra preliminary round of the FA Cup. Of course, they're not going to take card at the turnstile. Yeah, we are in, and I'm excited. I've never been to an FA Cup game in August before. This is a whole new experience. And I tell you what, this stadium, I am going to call it a stadium. This is, facilities-wise, probably ahead of where Peterborough Sports were last year in the National League North. We've got cover on 3 sides, cover on some parts of some of the 3 sides, There are places to shelter from the rain. It's got a couple of turnstiles, it's got a nice little bar. Decent looking pitch. I mean, obviously first day of the season, pitch should look good, but there's only 2 players warming up, which again, little confusing. There we go, we have some players about to emerge. I would estimate, I'm a liar, I'm not estimating, I've actually counted. There was 47 people here just a couple of minutes ago. There are a couple more coming through the turnstile now, so I reckon we're going to be somewhere between 50 and 100 on the attendance, which is wonderful. But here come the players. The thing we've got to learn, number one, is which team plays with which colour, because I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. It looks like we have a red team and a blue team. It'll be fine.
Wembley are in red.
I'm reliably informed Wembley are the red team. I love the fact that the players clapping themselves have made more noise than the people in attendance. That's... I love non-league football. So it looks like we've guessed right and Wembley are going to be kicking this way. Got to stand behind the goal they're attacking. They're the rules. I don't know what's going on. The referee has got a bucket of paint or a bucket of something. Do we not have a... Have we got... I don't... Yeah, what's...
Is there a wet pack? Oh, it's over by the...
Oh, we are rubbing the pitch with a sponge.
Yeah, no.
Dog poopies, maybe? All right, here we go then. 2023-24 FA Cup, do a football, etc., etc. We are finally going to see a kick-off. Here we go. Marvellous stuff. We're getting on for 10 minutes in. That's one of the first times the ball's been down this end. We may have made a poor selection of which end of this ground to stand at, but at the moment it is coming our way. So maybe we're going to see a chance. Here we go. Look, somebody just we need a long throw merchant. They need to download an FM19 long throw tactic. Here you go, folks. Just to give you all the context, I have picked up a program, so we've got our team news on. What I'm managing to pick up out of this so far. The number 6 for Wembley, possibly a maniac. He's slid into a couple of crunching tackles so far, so keep an eye out for him. Other than that, believe it or not, no names I recognise from Football Manager, which is very sad. Interesting, no sin bins, which Alfie tells me sin bins are a thing at this level of football.
Sin bins are a thing, yeah, step 5. What's that drawing?
I've never heard of sin bins being used in football, but he is a referee, so I suppose he'd know. I was about to give you some programme fact, but breaking news, the bucket is back on the pitch. We don't know why. I think it's another turd being cleaned up. That is... So it's still 0-0, 15 minutes in, but we have had 2 dog poo stoppages, which I wasn't expecting that to be a thing today. My next question is, do all clubs have a bucket ready just for that? As you can probably hear, there's just been a goal. It's 1-0 to Bearsted. I was actually trying to work out where Bearsted was when the goal went in, so I didn't actually see it. Alfie tells me cross came in, was headed in, but I was already kind of expecting Bearsted to be the team I've got to follow in the next round. So I was just trying to work out exactly how far away they are from home, and already starting to pray to the football gods that they get an away draw if it is them, because I don't want to go all the way down to Kent, goodness me. But it is 1-0 Bearsted. Accounting for dog poo breaks, we're probably about 25 minutes in, so about halfway through the first half. It has been all Bearsted though. There is so much sliding in and slipping around. Someone is getting hurt today. If they don't just chill out a little. The issue with that, of course, is it's the FA Cup and you can't, because they all want it. Oh my word! Oh my word! That, I mean, I don't think... Get out of the way, Alfie. What a goal. I don't think the camera picked it up because I was pointing at me. It was miles out, and he's just hooked it with his left foot, and it's flown over the top of the goalkeeper. I think it was probably a cross, but it's 1-1. completely against the run of play. I mean, 1-1, Wembley back in it. Wembley have definitely decided it is a conscious tactical decision to just hit the ball towards the goal anytime they're in this third of the pitch. We've had a couple more of those long-range efforts since the goal went in. I don't want to be mean, because he's probably near enough to hear me. I think the goalkeeper is a bit little though, so it probably is a sensible decision. Quite handy having a referee with me, because we're just having a discussion about at what point is this at risk of being abandoned for a waterlogged pitch. Because, I mean, this is sensational weather. Apparently, as long as we don't have standing water on the pitch, we're good. We are starting to get to the point where when they kick the ball, we're getting splashes of water come up with it. So we're good at the moment, but we are like 5 minutes from half time. If it keeps going for the rest of this half and then through half time, I don't even have a plan for if the game's abandoned. I have no plan. So 1-1 at half time. We now really need this rain to stop. Partly to make sure the match is fine, and partly because we're going to try and change ends now and there's no cover around this bit, but we're going to aim for over there, where I shall give you programme facts. Right, well, we've changed ends. A little bit of a view of the ground from the other end. The roof seems a bit firmer, a bit more solid at this end. Plus, we've got this bit to sit on, so we should have been here the whole time, really. But the rain showing no signs at all of chilling out. I am officially concerned, because there are some very dark clouds in all directions, which suggests this is here for a little while. But none of that is going to be enough to stop everybody's feature that he didn't know existed but are now going to love, programme facts, which the programme itself is very sticky. I don't know why it's so sticky. I have kept it dry in my bag, but it's very sticky. Here's the programme. We've already shown you the team news off of the back of it, but I have picked some interesting snippets of information out of this, including this is the first time since 2016 Wembley have started their FA Cup campaign here at home at Wembley. So any other year we wouldn't have been able to do this whole Wembley to Wembley bit that we're doing. So that was a stroke of good fortune. We've also, I love the fact that we've got all of the fixtures being played in the FA Cup today within the programme, and interestingly, the dates of the subsequent rounds, which is handy for my planning, and also the prize money. So for a club at this level, if they win this round today, the extra preliminary round, they win £1,125. A losing club gets £375. So there's your incentive to not abandon the match because of the bad weather. If you have a run through to the first qualifying round, which is 2 more rounds from here, the winner of that round gets over £2,000. These FA Cup runs are genuinely worth a decent amount of money. I have, through the medium of the programme, done a little bit of research on both of the teams as well. Wembley in the Combined Counties League Premier Division North, where they finished 9th last season, as you can see there. That is, Alfie's given me the correct terminology, step 5. Football Manager people, we'd call that tier 8. It's 3 divisions below the National League North and South. The same level, actually, that the original home series started at. We started in tier 8 in that save. Bearsted are also at the same level. They play in, hold on, let me get the name for you. So Bearsted play in the Southern Counties East Football League Premier Division, which is an equivalent league, same level, but they're based in Maidstone, Kent. So that's quite far away from where I live. We are very much Team Wembley in this second half, but we've got some more bits and bobs in here. It's quite a nice programme. It cost £1. You've got all of last season's data, all the appearances and goals and stuff from last year. Also, every Wembley FA Cup run in history, going back to 1949, is in here. So looking at this, it's not very often they get very far. 1993-94, they played the first qualifying round against Stevenage, and it took 2 replays. 3 times they played Stevenage that year. And Giuliano Grazioli scored twice for Stevenage, who once scored 5 goals in a match for my team, Peterborough United. So there's more programme facts for you. He also does that mean, hold on, did he play for these? Or, because I know he played for Stevenage at one point, so I assumed he'd scored, but this is only showing the home goal scorers. I need to check. As one of my childhood heroes got a link with this football club, or is there a different Grazioli out there? Nice little advert for Emirates. which I imagine they're contractually obliged to do as being in the FA Cup. And the brief club history is for you there. That was programme facts. We are off in the second half. Look at the water. Oh my word. You can certainly see it more at this end. I think the pitch comes downhill both towards us and into this corner. It's kind of on the diagonal. So the corner where we were before was actually the highest, least waterlogged part of the pitch. But definitely as you come down this end and into that corner, it's wet. And there's just been a clash of heads there, which has nothing to do with the bad weather. In fact, has it stopped raining? What a contrast. The rain has stopped. The sun has come out. It actually feels like August now. This is awesome. Look at this. The sun's in my eyes. Still 1-1. There's still a football match going on. I'm just fascinated by the weather today. Right, I've just double checked on Wikipedia because Chris won't. Giuliano Grazioli actually started out his career here at Wembley, playing for them in 1995. Posh signed him from Wembley. There is your little link up. Signed for Peterborough in 1995. Went on to become something of a Championship manager legend. We kind of got this much of the equaliser on camera. If we can get this whole goal on camera, that would be delightful. I'd like them to score here, please. Not just because I don't want to have to go to Kent for the next round. Which I could conceivably have to do even if Wembley win, because they might draw away against a team in Kent. I don't make the... I mean, I did make the rules, but I don't make the rules. Oh, hello. I mean, I could help him out by showing him the footage there. I don't know if he hit him or not. Did we think he hit him?
He's put his arm. He kind of put his arm across his face. And he's kind of pushed. He's pushed into it. He's not elbowed him in the face. Come on now. But it's a stupid thing to do. It's a stupid thing to do. It'll stop him. He could send him off. He could send him off. He should, but he could.
Interesting. The referee's viewpoint, very handy. If Wembley are going to win, they've got to take chances like this because they have not had the ball up this half very often. Cross comes in, and it's dealt with relatively comfortably in the end. I think I saw the Wembley player elbow their guy and then act like he was hurt. It's getting a little bit bad-tempered out there, which always, as the man holding a camera nearby, always makes me a little nervous. As we approach the final 10 minutes of the game, with it still at 1-1, I've just had Alfie do a little bit of sleuthing for me, find out whether it is a replay or penalties. It's a replay. So I know I'm really, really a Wembley fan. Or else I'm not only going to Kent, I'm going to Kent soon and midweek. Do a football, for goodness sake. And now just to add some extra jeopardy, we've checked when the replays would be. They have to be completed by this Thursday, so you're realistically looking at Tuesday or Wednesday. I cannot do Wednesday. I'm in Nottingham on Wednesday. And if it's on Tuesday, obviously I'm supposed to be streaming home on Twitch every evening. So I suddenly care an awful lot about the outcome of this match. Somebody do a goal now. It doesn't really matter which team. I just don't want to replay. I would say, as per the rules, we're going to make the rules up as we go along. As per the rules of Winner Stays On, I did say in the intro I'd go to one match in every round. It does feel like a bit of a cop-out if we don't go to the replay, though, if there is one. So, fingers crossed we see a winner. It has been all Wembley these last 10 minutes or so. A complete reverse of the rest of the game. I heard the reason I asked Alfie to Google about the replay situation because I heard the Bearstead bench yell out, "Remember, you don't need to win it." They got to a point in this second half and just decided they were going for the replay. And from that moment on, it has been all Wembley, but they just can't force a winner. Right, last move of the game, surely. And nothing comes of it. Oh, no, nothing comes of it. That's got to be it. I mean, I think they're just going to play on indefinitely. We've gone into golden goal. Is that a rule at this level? Apparently sin bins are. Anything could be going on. It's 6 minutes past 5 now. I mean, genuinely, I think this half kicked off an hour ago. And there we have it. Big claps. Well, it ends 1-1. Which means a replay. Now, I don't know when the replay is. I know where it is. I don't know if I can go. What I do know is I will make sure that I can go if we get 5,000 likes on this video. So I'm putting the ball back in your court. If you want me to go to the replay, I will find a way, if enough of you make it very clear that you expect me to go to it. An arrow is going to kill me. But that was episode 1 of Winner Stays On. We didn't get a winner. When's the draw? The draw for the next round? The draw for the next round will be before the replay. Yeah. So we'll know what's coming next. So if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on it for me. This is quite a departure from our normal Football Manager based content. I mean, there's always the possibility that we'll fall in love with a team as part of this series, and it could lead to a Football Manager series, but it's basically just a football series because I like football, I like the FA Cup, and I wanted to go to every round. So I didn't at all think through what that meant. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching, folks. Toodle pip. Bye from Alfie as well. Bye-bye.